Okay, hi, I'm back. So we're in Port McNeill, and it's a little cooler. We definitely drove through some misty mountains. I gotta tell you, that drive up here was an orgasm. It was amazing. This time of the year, the fall, the lights are, the lights are the lights. The leaves are turning colors, and it's just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I actually stopped along the way just to enjoy some, picnicky, mossy space, and I really enjoying myself. So this is the BC Hydro charge station in Port McNeill. 50 amps, so it's a little quicker. To get half a tank or half a charge is still going to take me about 55 minutes, an hour here. I do recommend, when you're leaving from wherever you're leaving from, and I left from Campbell River, I made sure that I had 80% or so, 80 something. Probably a good idea, because you just never know in some of these highways when something might go sideways and you're going to want that extra charge. So although I do tend to, because I know it's better for the battery, to go 80% down to 20%, my mentality, I believe, up in these remoter areas when I don't have access to supercharger and not quite so convenient, I'm very likely going to keep it like I did with my ICE vehicles, with the top half full if I can. In other words, try not to take it down any less than, say, 50%, 40% of the very lowest itself. I just think that's smart. Also, because I'm going to be using the vehicle to sleep in at night, and it might take a little extra juice to keep me a little warmer at night here, totally. So you know what, here, I'll show you this. This is real convenient, actually. Just show you my space inside here. This is futon bed, basically, futon bed, blankets, etc., pillows and all that stuff. So when it comes time to sleep, I just hit this button right here, those seats fly forward, and of course becomes a space. There is a little tiny bit of an angle, so when I park it, I try and park it so the back end's up just a little bit, and you get this. So your feet are slightly elevated, but not your head. I find if you park, of course, flat, then of course there's that angle is noticeable when you're sleeping. And so if I can find a place to park that the back end's up just a little bit, I find I sleep much gooder. Absolutely. So again, that's the inside space. Here, this is what you want to get, the CCS1. That's the one you want to get. And what happens here is it plugs in just like that to the end of the doohickey, and the thingamajig comes down around here. And of course you have combo, that's the thingamajigger there, or the Chadmio. In all my research and my experience in chat rooms and stuff, Chadmio is on its way out, so forget it. You might as well get that adapter that's going to allow you this, because apparently that's not only where everything is going, but it's also, I gotta tell you, it's pretty slick. Just click, done. I didn't have an opportunity to use Chadmio. Maybe it was that easy too, but it seemed to me with the Chadmio stuff, there was this really big parts to the whole thing, right? So, this whole arm, whereas this one, yes, there's a little bit of weight there. It doesn't seem to be quite so cumbersome, and certainly easier to store when you have limited storage space. So here we are checking in Port McNeill. My last supercharger was Nanaimo, British Columbia, and I hit Courtney and I hit Campbell River, and in both cases I used the BC Hydro, and that's the way to go. I primed up a card with $50 before I left, and couldn't be happier with the performance. Yeah, sure, it's about a quarter as fast or so, as a supercharger, but it gets the job done, and I gotta tell you, no range anxiety. That's huge. So stay tuned. Let you know when we get to Hardy. I'm having a blast.